Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of WOD TV. Lucas Parker here with Cam Burtwell. This episode is going to be about preparing for the CrossFit Open, both physically and nutritionally. We're going to give you some tips for getting the most out of each workout and recovering as best you can so that you can attack the next one. How are we going to break it down?
Well, we're going to look at sort of three different time periods. So the week or the few days leading into the open announcement, the day of when you decide to do the workout, and then immediately post in terms of how you can recover for your next workout or your next try at that same workout.
Okay, so let's get started. In the days sort of rolling into the CrossFit Open, the first few days before a workout, you're still going to be training, but you're going to want to put more of an emphasis on concentric movements and try and eliminate eccentric movements. So a simple example of that would be dropping your Olympic lifts instead of doing touch and go. The main reason for this is that we're going to want to decrease the strain on our body while still getting some good neurological activation to keep us fresh and primed for the workouts to come. Because we know that all the workouts in the open are going to involve a huge hit of eccentric loading. So we're going to get a big dose of that each week.
Yeah, for sure. And it doesn't make sense to add any more loading on there on top, right? You got to kind of prime your body. So, and nutritionally, we want to look at basically maintaining what you've been doing leading in. So, if you're a paleo person, if you're a zone person, you kind of want to maintain that. You don't want to do anything drastic with your nutrition, and that includes your hydration. A lot of people want to start drinking more water, and they're really focused on all those little bits and pieces, but just want to maintain what your body's used to, so it's not another shock for your body to deal with going into that first workout.
Exactly. Hydration is not an event or is not something you do. Hydration is a status, so it's something that you establish over a period of days and weeks, really, as opposed to hours before a workout. So keeping that in mind. Mentally, psychologically, in the days leading up to the workout, you're going to want to try and stay as calm and relaxed as you can. What we don't want to see is we don't want to see our sleep get messed with, and because that's something that'll really throw us off in our performance and in our mental state and everything. So personally, I do take a bit of melatonin, especially approaching competitive events, just so I can get knocked out in a reasonably good way each night without taking too many other funny chemicals. Another supplement that I'll use is ZMA, which includes some zinc and magnesium, which definitely helps to sort of relax the body, regenerate the tissues, supposedly, and I see good results from that.
Yeah, so that's a good sort of overview of the kind of the few days leading into that event announcement, and they're going to be stressful. Yeah, so having quality sleep and staying relaxed, both sort of physically and mentally. So that day of, you want to continue that theme. There's going to be a lot of excitement. A lot of people can't work. They can't focus on things during the day until the announcement. So you want to basically, create an environment where you can actually stay on a sort of a lower arousal level, because you'll know when that workout comes up or the time comes for you to do that workout, there's going to be that huge burst of excitement. You don't want to drain your reserves through the day up to that point, so that you're kind of all stressed out when you get to that. So from a mental standpoint, that's kind of what you're looking at. How about nutrition stuff?
Well, that's going to play in huge to the supplementation side of things. A lot of people will turn to a pre-workout for some sort of a boost in their performance. Personally, myself, and I think I can speak for you as well, Cam, we're both kind of against that. To put it kind of crassly, like if you need a pre-workout to get amped up for your CrossFit Open workout, you got your head in the wrong place. The stimulus of the workout, probably doing it in a group environment, knowing that points are on the line, that's for most people going to be enough to get you pretty amped up. And if you study any sort of rudimentary sports psychology, you may have heard of the performance curve, the inverted U, where there's an optimum level of arousal. And if you're below that level of arousal, you're going to perform poorly. And if you're above that level of arousal, you're also going to perform poorly. So chances are slamming a bunch of caffeine pills or what have you is maybe not the best idea for most people.
Yeah, some people like to have their own music. They find that music sets that tone, but music doesn't drain you from a sort of physiological context. It just kind of works on your psychological readiness. So that's a good option for you. And looking nutritionally, we had that video our last week about the beet juice. So
exactly.
That's one of those things you might want to add into your routine about 3 hours before you're expected to do the event, and that could potentially affect your performance in a positive way, as long as you tried it beforehand and this is not your first time trying the V2. So you can check our previous video out for some details on that.
Go have a watch on that one for all the info. Physically, either sometime earlier in the day or at the very least before your open workout, you are going to want to hit some key mobility targets. Now, during regular training during the year, it's maybe forgivable if you skimp a bit on your mobilization and body position stuff, because at the end of the day, you're still going to get a good workout regardless of whether your torso is upright or not. But for an open workout where points are on the line and where every fraction of a second and optimized rep or lack thereof is going to make a big difference, there's really no excuse to make sure that you're not dialed in physically, especially because doing mobility work really doesn't require any sort of high effort like a max effort squat or interval session would. It's a pretty easy way to make sure that you're getting the body positions you need and moving efficiently and effectively with as little energy as possible.
Yeah, and you can just easily take a lacrosse ball to work and look up some videos. Mobility WOD has a lot of good ones, and just looking at those main areas that are going to restrict you in that workout that's coming up. And so once you've done the workout, we need to look at how we can regenerate your body, so that if you're going to make another attempt, or if you're just going to prepare yourself for that next announcement. And from a nutritional standpoint, what we're looking at is trying to get carbohydrates and protein into your system so your body can kind of start regenerating its stores of glycogen inside the muscle, and also kind of repairing muscle tissue. So the general recommendation for workouts sort of 5 to 10 minutes long is a 2-to-1 ratio of carbohydrates to protein. So if you've got 20 grams of protein in your scoop, you take equivalent amount of 40 grams of carbohydrate. If the workout goes a bit longer, you're probably going to be depleting your glycogen stores a bit more, so you'll want to replenish them a bit more, and you can go all the way up to sort of a 4-to-1 ratio of carbs to protein. So those would be your kind of 15-20 minute AMRAPs that really drain those stores. So definitely want to hit that as soon as you can right after the workout.
Another thing you're going to want to do as soon as you can is get moving again. Especially after an all-out blitz of CrossFit Open high rep workout, the first thing we're going to want to do is flop on our backs and start breathing. And that's maybe okay for a moment or two, but as soon as you can, you're going to want to get back up, get moving again. Whether it's just going for a dazed walk around the gym, and then eventually getting on some sort of a ideally a cardio machine, something like a rower or an Airdyne, where you're using your upper body and your lower body at the same time, which is going to help flush and recycle lactate and other metabolites a lot faster. This is going to make a huge impact on how you feel the next day. So you feel right now like you don't want to do anything, but if you can force yourself to spend 5 to 10 minutes, ideally more like 10 to 15, just doing some light, gentle activity to slowly bring your heart rate down and sort of recycle all that nasty battery acid that's flying through your veins, you'll see an ability to move better in the coming days, which is going to be key.
Yeah, and you're right. It's like the last thing you want to do is more exercise, but even at a low intensity, you're going to get those positive effects that Lucas mentioned. So also, if you have compression gear available to you, after you've done that cool down, you got your nutrition in, you want to throw those compression garments on. Hopefully you have some sort of upper body, either sleeves or a shirt, and also some lower body, and that's going to further kind of create this pumping effect of getting all those metabolites out of your muscles and allowing your muscles basically to recover a little bit faster. So throw those on right after. If you have access to a pool, that would be really good as well, because that'll not only create that pumping effect, but will also decompress your joints. So removing some of the effects of gravity on your body. So that's usually a good feeling as well.
That's one of the strategies I use after competitions all the time. Another one is getting some supplements in. Now, in our last video, we talked about supplements that are going to directly impact your performance. There are other supplements that are more going to sort of impact your recovery and get you ready to perform again. So the nature of the CrossFit Open workouts is that they are super high rep, lots of eccentric activity, lots of loading. Going to cause a lot of muscle breakdown, a lot of inflammation. So a fish oil would be of benefit because generally they are believed to calm inflammation in your system and help you heal up. Another thing to help you heal up is going to be some sort of a protein product. Most people will go with a whey protein. I use Jacked RX WOD Recovery as well as their fish oil. So for me, that works to sort of get me patched up and make me feel a little bit better than I would if I wasn't taking those things.
Yeah, so there you go. And if you really make that point of that post WOD recovery, you may really focus in on that. You'll, like Lucas said, you'll feel a lot better the next day, and that's going to help you improve your performance if you do that workout again, potentially. But definitely will enhance your ability to recover from workout to workout each week. And kind of going forward, you know, if you're going to do that workout again in a couple of days, you want to make mobility and nutritional recovery a focus point on each day. And even if you're not going to do the workout again, then you're just going to wait till the next announcement. You want to focus on those things every day to really help your body regenerate itself. Because these are some of the most taxing workouts we can do, both sort of physically and psychologically.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long 5 weeks, so staying on top of that will have you feeling a lot better by the end of it than otherwise. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Good luck in the CrossFit Open. Hope you guys crush some workouts, set some PRs. See you on the leaderboard.